Hi, my name is John Gasior, and I'm an attorney with Sinclair Prosser Law. Today I'm going to talk about Medicaid and the 5-year look-back period. The 5-year look-back period can be pretty confusing for a lot of people. What it means is that if you make any transfers of your property for less than fair market value in the 5 years prior to applying for Medicaid, you're going to be assessed a penalty. So how does that work in the real world? Well, in Maryland, the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene has decided that for every $7,940 that is given away or gifted for less than fair market value, means that you'll be assessed a penalty of 1 month of eligibility for Medicaid. So let's think about an example. Say you give away $7,940 3.5 years ago. If you apply for Medicaid now, they're going to look at what you have transferred in the last 5 years. Since you have given away $7,940, you will be assessed a 1 month penalty period of ineligibility. Now, if you gave that $7,940 away 5 years and 1 month ago, you can very accurately tell Medicaid on your Medicaid application that you did not make any transfers for less than fair market value over the last 5 years. Therefore, you will not be assessed a penalty. And Hi, my name is John Gasior, and I'm an attorney with Sinclair Prosser Law. Today I would like to talk about Medicaid eligibility and the 5-year look-back period. I think it first makes sense to introduce on a very basic level the Medicaid eligibility rules. So in order to qualify for Medicaid, you need to be eligible for two things. First, you need to be medically eligible, meaning you need a level of nursing home care that would qualify as a skilled nursing facility. And second, you need to be financially eligible. So without getting into too much detail about financial eligibility, it's helpful to know that you can only have a maximum level of assets. So many people employ a number of different strategies to get their assets at or below the maximum levels. But oftentimes, because these strategies fall within what's called the 5-year look-back period, the person seeking the Medicaid approval will be assessed a penalty. So what does this all mean? Well, when a person applies for Medicaid to pay for long-term care, Medicaid is going to look at their assets and look to see if the person made any transfers for less than fair market value. So what it boils down to is, did the person make any gifts? And if they did make any gifts, did they make those gifts in the 5 years prior to applying for Medicaid? So if the answer is yes, then a penalty is applied. And the penalty is actually based on the value of the gifts. So let me give you an example. Bob makes a gift of about $8,000 to his daughter on August 1st, 2014. Bob then applies for Medicaid on January 1st of 2019. Since his gift was made within the 5 years prior to applying for Medicaid, he will be assessed a penalty period of ineligibility for Medicaid payments for long-term care. Now, let's sort of look at it a little bit differently. If Bob made that same gift of $8,000 on August 1st, 2014, then applied for Medicaid on, say, October 1st, 2019, he would be past the 5-year look-back period and would qualify for Medicaid with no period of ineligibility, provided that he met all the other criteria. So when thinking about applying for Medicaid, it's important to look and see what have I done, or what has my loved one that I'm helping with the application, what have they done in the last 5 years? Have they made any gifts? Have those gifts been of substantial value? If so, you may be looking at a penalty period. In Maryland, the figure, what's called the divisor, so the amount that creates 1 month of ineligibility is $7,940. So for every $7,940 that is gifted in Maryland, that means you'll be ineligible for 1 month for Medicaid purposes. So again, when thinking about Medicaid and thinking about planning for long-term care, it's important to think about what gifts have been made, what gifts can I make now. Maybe there are strategies using gifting that you can employ now with the 5-year look-back period in mind, knowing that there may be a period of ineligibility down the road. So again, it's important to think about all of these things. An attorney can help you when you're thinking about your plan and how to best situate yourself in order to qualify for Medicaid and reduce any long-term care costs that you may be paying out of pocket. Again, my name is John Gasior here on the Elder Care channel, and I hope to see you again soon.